How's it going, guys? My name is Nick, and today I'll be making my first video for Hot Take Hockey. Hopefully this can be the first of many that I will make. And in this video we will be discussing the William Nylander contract and how the first 2 months of the contract have panned out for both the Leafs and William Nylander. And let's get straight to it. They have been 2 rough months for both camps. Nylander a measly 3 points in his first 19 games back in the blue and white. And it has just been rough for Nylander. He hasn't been able to find his feet. His skating looks off. His release looks off, and it's a big problem right now for the Leafs. And you look at where they were when they signed him, December 1st. Last couple of minutes, squeezed that deal in, 6 years, $6.9 million annual cap hit, and you were just thinking, wow, like this team, it's special. You talk about the top line heavy assets that they have in Tavares, Marner, Matthews, Kapanen, Kadri, and then you add Nylander to that list, and it just looked like, wow, this team can really contend, and it has just not panned out that way. The Leafs, when they signed Nylander, were sitting second in the division, had a very comfy spot up on the third place in the Atlantic Division, Boston Bruins, and now you look at it, and it is completely the other way. They're still second in the division, to be fair, but only 1 point separates them from Montreal and Boston as I'm making this video, which is a little bit scary for Leaf fans as you talk about how important that home ice can be for them, considering they haven't had the past 2 years, and both years they were eliminated in the first round. So back to Nylander. So everyone wants to know, what is it that really is the problem here for Nylander? And I don't think anyone was really expecting him to come out of the scene after spending 3 months off and be, a straightaway dynamic force up top. But now here we are almost on 2 months, and we're still not really seeing much, glimpses of it. We've seen small ones for sure, but nothing that's really like, wow, William Nylander is back. And this is a scary thing for Leaf fans. And you look at where he's played earlier on in the season here. Spent time with the Matthews-Hyman line, as well as the Kadri-Marleau line. And firstly, with the Matthews line, the chemistry looks off. I mean, you talk about Matthews and Nylander, how great of a duo they have been early on for the Leafs here. Nylander's first 2 years, he put up back-to-back 61-point seasons. Both those years he was playing with Matthews, and they seemed to form a really good duo together. And, that was something really exciting for Leaf fans when Nylander was coming back, that Matthews is going to have such a good winger alongside him. Not that Kapanen isn't an amazing winger, but Nylander's, the chemistry that those two have had have been spectacular, and it's looked very off. And next you move on to the Kadri-Marleau line, and again, he just hasn't been able to find his feet with 2 players in Kadri and Marleau who are really good players for sure, and you'd expect Nylander to be able to gel with them as well, and he has not been able to at all. So this Leaf team is really slumping right now, and they need more than ever from Nylander to break out. I think this is his time, and obviously you've been saying that for a while now, but if Nylander really wants to show his worth, kind of quiet down these Leaf haters right now, this would be the perfect time to do so in the team that's completely struggling. And when you look at last night, Babcock putting him on the 4th line against Florida, a really tough loss for the Leafs, and Nylander actually coming out after the game and saying he's never had a slump like this in his whole career. And that's tough to hear from a player that the Leafs have been so dependent on early on in his career. And with Nylander on the 4th line, I think it's rough. Obviously, you don't want to see that for a player with that much skill, but to be honest, I think it's a good idea for the Leafs. Nylander, I feel like he can really find his feet on that line. You look at Marner last year, obviously it's a different comparison, but Marner started the season very, very slow. Babcock put him on the 4th line for a couple weeks, and after that, his game changed completely. I'm not saying it's going to happen to Nylander because, Marner's an amazing player, not that Nylander isn't, but it was a different situation. But I feel like it kind of wakes up a player a little bit. It gives them like a shake that, I really need to start performing. Like, they don't want to be on that 4th line. Nylander knows what he can do when he's playing, top heavy minutes. So I think this would be a good idea for the Leafs to try this out for a couple more games. wake him up a little bit, and who knows. It's crazy because you look at Nylander and Marner, and just last year people were comparing them, saying people even think that Nylander was the better player, and then right now you think about it and you almost want to laugh about it. But right now, it's tough for Nylander, it's tough for the Leafs, but I don't think Leaf fans can be too worried about this because it's a small little bump at the start of the contract, but everyone knows what Nylander can produce when he's on the top of his game. There's no question that he can be a really important player, a top line player on many teams in this league. So I think for Leaf fans, just got to be patient right now. It's definitely tough, but I think he can break out for sure. And basically, yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching. Make sure to drop a like, comment, definitely subscribe, try to grow this channel a lot more. And yeah, have a great night. Thanks a lot.